What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again. We're going to be doing another movie review today, and we are going to be talking about The Demon Disorder. This was a very interesting movie. That's the best way I know how to describe it. The entirety of this film goes back and forth of this movie of these three brothers that are still dealing with the demise of their father that had somehow contracted this unknown disease, pathogen, whatever you want to call it, of making him into this bloodthirsty monster. And in the entirety of this movie, you have where the oldest brother, I'm assuming, Graham, where he is a mechanic. He's working with his, I would say, assistant slash friend Cole, who's running a mechanical shop. And when this happens, he gets contacted by his brother Jake to come home to help their youngest brother Philip, who is showing some of the signs that their father had. And what we see is flashbacks of they had to chain their father to the bed and feed him whatever he had slash control him from his outbursts. And it was crazy. And when he finally comes home, he sees that his brother attacks their chicken livestock and has something growing in him, bites him, and this unknown entity comes out of their brother, and they try to contain it, but it's not all the way out, to where it just continues to grow in him and makes him into this monster. And the same thing starts happening to the oldest brother, where the oldest brother is seeing this unknown eye in him that it's like this growing parasite. And what's weird is the entirety of the movie goes into flashbacks of them dealing with their father, that the oldest brother left, that the middle brother, I'm assuming, was very, he was very angry and envious towards his other brother because he was there and his other brother left and they had to take care of the younger brother. And there's all these issues of, the farm, and also what happened to their father, why their father become like this, and, how his father was taken out, or how their father was taken out, and now they got to fix this unknown entity that somehow has claimed the soul of their father, and seems like this monster is reborn from their youngest brother, and then they have to fight it. And it's kind of not much of a fight other than when it's possessing someone, because it takes this disgusting, misshapen form of this monster, and the older brother takes it out while he's wanting to stop it from being reborn into him, and the brothers stop him from offing his own self to be able to save his family. And when they do this, they have no choice but to get rid of this parasite. And then finally, when they do, they have to run from the law, because the law was called and they got caught up in it. And then somehow or other, more police gets, shown, like, oh, hey, we got to come figure out what's going on with the other deputies, and they go on the run, and the movie ends. Now, again, this movie is very weird to understand, because it doesn't go into what this monster is, where it come from, how their father get infected, and why he was infected, and why or how it, got into the brother. All these things that were unknown in this film. It's a very short, simple film. I don't see this going into a sequel. You can watch this on AMC, Shudder, however you want to pronounce it, Sling TV, YouTube Premium, Roku, among others. This was a very weird movie. That's the best way I know how to describe this film. It was a very weird movie. It left very little to the imagination of what was the story you were trying to tell here, because it was just really weird. It just made me wonder where this unknown entity come from. It felt like it was very much inspired from Alien slash The Thing, because of the way that this entity would come out of these brothers, of like this full grown entity comes out of the youngest brother's back, and the other one was wanting to come out of his chest, on the right side of his chest, which was really weird, and they had to dig it out of one and then finally be able to defeat it and take it out. And it was just really weird. It was just a very weird movie. It was kind of hard to follow exactly what the whole premises of how this thing came about and what its goal was and why did it choose this family and where did it come from, and how did the father get so sick with this, this parasite. I would assume it's going to be called a parasite, and how he lost his mind, how he attacked his own sons, how he knew, like the very end of the movie, he explains to his sons he does not know how long he has left, and it's in a flashback scene of he could feel this thing taking over him. He knew it was going to take over his mind. It was going to take over his body, and he did not know how much longer he had. So he had to make a promise of he wants to die on his own terms, and when he does, he wants his family to take care of the problem. And again, some of it was emotional, some of it was very crazy. Again, for anyone that wants to watch a very dramatic slash thriller horror film, that's kind of like an indie film in my opinion, it probably is. Give this a shot. Think, have your opinion of it. If you liked it, great. If you didn't like it, that's fine too. Again, this was just a very weird movie in my opinion, but that's the best way I know how to describe it. 1 out of 10, I give it maybe a 3 in my opinion. I don't plan on watching this again. If there's a sequel, maybe I'll give it a try. I don't know. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you as always on the next one.